It is indeed, on a day like this, it really is very gratifying to have moments where we begin to turn the page on what happened to us more than 270 days ago. I first and foremost want to thank our president, who, when he came here on April 29th, looked at Governor Bentley and us and I and said, we're not going to forget about Tuscaloosa. And I think today is a commitment by the federal government and by HUD in particular to make the type of investment we need for a long-term recovery. A long-term recovery that has over $200 million worth of unmet needs. So there's still some way to go. But today is a giant leap forward. And I want to thank Secretary Donovan, who I've met with twice since this disaster, and who's actually called on a couple occasions as well to check in on the progress of Tuscaloosa and see what we needed to go forward. And me and you have talked, it seems like, on a regular basis. And he is right. Every time we've talked, I've given him the same story over and over again of how many dollars we need to help our citizens. And I want to thank our congressional delegation, who continue to be open, from Senator Shelby to Senator Sessions, Congresswoman Sewell, Congressman Backus, Congressman Adderholt, who has just joined our delegation, have been tremendous assets for the city. So I guess the question is, where do we go from here? How do we take this money and make sure that it goes towards a recovery that we can indeed be proud of? My hope, my goal is to have a recommendation for the City Council sometime by mid-March about broad parameters about how we use this money. It's important to note that, yes, we get it at $16.6 million, but we don't get it all at one time. And each one of these projects that will go into our recovery zones will be scrutinized by us, and it will be scrutinized by HUD. And once the project is approved, the money will become available for us to use for our citizens. There's three primary areas that we're looking at right now. The first and the primary will be housing. The biggest issue facing this city is housing. 61% of the homes that were destroyed on April 27th were rental, and our affordable housing market is indeed at a critical stage. As we continue the rebuilding process, it's going to be important that the dollars that we secure today go towards building back housing in the city. Next is infrastructure. Our infrastructure was decimated, and there's opportunities for us in our recovery zone to build back better and build back in a way that will promote affordable housing and improve the quality of life throughout the city. And lastly is leveraging, as Mr. Jennings was talking about. These dollars give us the ability to go out and match federal grants, work with our social service agencies, so that we can continue the betterment of this community, we continue our road to recovery. I'm ecstatic. I don't know any way else to put it, but we're just ecstatic. And indeed, as the President told us on April 29th, we're not going to be alone. And if there's been an effective federal agency that has worked with the city, let me tell you, HUD has been in it. HUD has been tremendous from the very beginning. Not only in terms of the 16.6 that we've seen today, but in what we've been able to do with Rosedale in a very, very timely fashion. So again, on behalf of the city, our great city council, and I want to recognize a few that are here. I see Councilman Lundell, Councilman Tinker, Councilman Howard, Council President Harrison Taylor, who have been tremendous leaders. We accept this humbly, and we look forward to making you very proud in how we put it back into our community. Thank you very much.